Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Welcome to Lunar Moxie Tarot. I'm here to do your general read for the month of April. You can also catch us on Tutelary Tales, which will launch in several weeks for general finite readings. You guys will have 2 readings this month, okay? A general one as well as a love reading. I will discuss astrology in almost all of my readings. Sometimes I do break out to do separate side readings, and sometimes I will do separate or chapter posts. I already posted for the full moon. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, please check it out. It's an all signs reading, but it is chapter. There's chapters so you can cross-watch as you need to and check your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or any stelliums in your chart by referencing the chapters listed in the description box there. Let's see. I've already pulled some leader lanes for you guys and shuffled and meditated on your cards. I do my readings a little bit different, so I will go through that as I go along for you guys. You guys have a powerhouse of planets right now in Pisces, so you'll hear me discuss that quite a bit. And I may break to look at my general moon charts in the middle of your reading sometimes. If I have specific notes for you guys, it just depends on how long I'm running, or I'll put those in a separate post, okay? So that said, I hope you guys are doing great. Here on your leader lanes, for those of you guys that track that, you guys have the tree in the recent past, this from Lenormand, the birds, the snake, and the gentleman, okay, going down vertically. Up at the top, you guys have the ant, work, achievement, and success, okay? There's a leader lane here. You also have a horse, short journey. Some of you guys may be traveling for the holidays or may have travel for work coming up, but that is my aisle for in the material. So I would say that you guys probably are traveling or will definitely be traveling in the future for work, but we'll see how it plays out with the cards. You guys also got money path, and it's in my aisle for air and communications. So I'd say anything to do with communications right now is going to be very important for you guys. For this next aisle, we have haystack. You reap what you have sown, okay? And I see a lot of hard work being referenced here, Virgo, so we'll see how it plays out for you guys, all right? And then in your final aisle, we have spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding, okay? This is in my my lane for metal. So I would say that some of you guys are actually like bringing that into the physical, whether like you've, been just more in tuned, more in touch with your spiritual side, or actually taking part more in wherever you guys find your spirituality these days, or practice, and or trying to kind of change the form in which you practice and how you share that with the world. Okay, that being said, let's get going here, okay? I'm going to pull your recent past for this trio. Give me the recent past for Virgo for the month of April, please. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups. It's been a hard-hitting card for a lot of people. There's some major transitions right now going on with astrology. So I'll take a break to take a look at that, but we'll see how it plays out in the cards here. You guys have the 8 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Hangman, the 10 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups on your first line. Wonderful. I would like for the current energy for my Virgo on this bird's aisle. Okay, the tree has a lot to do with family and foundations. Okay, I see in the recent past that you guys have like some work. 8 of Pentacles. You guys been or were working on something. Mastery, apprenticeship of something new possibly for some of you. I have the Lovers that revolves around a choice, whether it's in love or in some other major area of your life. Can be love, but we'll see. It's followed by the Hangman. So it's kind of like sacrificing yourself to a state of higher being, realizations. Sometimes you can get a little stuck there, but we'll see how it plays out. When I get some clarifiers, we also have the 10 of Cups, okay? So maybe, you know, coming into a realization of what you want, or really feeling like home life is a happy place that fills you with joy, or going after that, and it's followed by the Ace of Cups. All right, so I would really see this this Ten of Cups being something that you guys really want to bring into material manifestation, or were in the recent past, okay, especially when it's along with this Ace of Cups on this final aisle. This is, all right, an overflowing gift, and it's on this spirituality aisle, so we'll see how it plays out. But whatever you guys were mourning seems like came into a really good space here. So this bird's aisle has a lot to do with communication, and again, with this money path being here, specifically on the aisle of air. I'm interested to see what you get here. So Spirit, I would like the current energy for Virgo. King of Wands, the World, Ace of Swords, again on the communication aisle, Five of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. All right, Virgo. So this King of Wands energy is very charismatic, all right? Very charismatic. Here in these cards, they actually have cards, some court cards are repeated with men and women in the king position, so I find those extremely interesting. You can take them out, but I wanted to leave them in, and they've been especially helpful in some of my reads. So we have followed by the World. That's a definitive new chapter, typically very fortuitous. And the Ace of Swords here, again, falling right under this money path with communications, all right? See some major change there, and major communication. This card can also have to do with gossip, all right, but not always. We'll see how it plays out. There is the Five of Wands here with it. So the Five of Wands can be some defensiveness, camaraderie. It can also just have to do with like sparring and tactical training. If you're training for anything new, especially if it has to do with communications, kind of making decisions about how to make certain chess moves. It's actually depicted as a chessboard in this deck, which I love. But then you end here with the Nine of Swords. So that is some anxiety. So there's some anxiety revolved around this aisle. So we'll see how it plays out with the clarifiers. But whatever it is, you know, you can have some anxiety right now. Virgos can be a little anxious. They're mercurial. They can get a little up in their head. You know, you guys like to analyze and think everything out just right. So, you know, you can get a little stuck up in your head. The energy looks incredible here, though. So I would definitely suggest, we'll see what the clarifiers say about this, but definitely make sure you get enough activity right now so that you sleep a little bit better at night. Practice some self-care to try and deal with these. You may feel like all eyes are on you right now, and that might have you a little stressed out in your head, especially if you do anything with technology or communication. But it's looking pretty good here, but we'll see. Sometimes major changes can create anxiety in and of themselves, okay? Especially for Virgo. All right, the next aisle here in the near future, you have the Snake. That kind of concerns me, but overall, I'm not concerned about you, Virgo. You have excellent aspects right now, astrology-wise, so we'll see what this is about. We'll try and feel the energy and give you guys some advice depending. I need this aisle for the near future for my Virgo, please. And the Snake in the near future. Okay, these top vertical lines are so great that I can't imagine this being whatever it is. It might be what you are up in your head about, but Two of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Star. I think you're gonna be okay. I think you're gonna be okay. I do a specialty aisle here at the bottom for messages from your spirit guides and some things that maybe in the further future, and or if you use your keys right, okay, on the advice the universe is giving you, it's either sometimes warnings and or special messages that they want you to be aware of that you may not even have in your general peripheral view right now, okay? And the leader card here is the Gentleman, all right? So if I was doing a regular reading with only only one person, all right, I would say that this, if you were a man, that this usually represents you. However, I'm reading for hundreds of you, and a lot of you are women, so this could represent another male in your life, okay? And even if you are a man, if you're thinking of another man or you have another significant man, this could have to do with that man, so we'll see. Boom. King of Wands. Fell right by it. Okay, this is Leo, Sag, Aries, okay, energy here. Okay, it's a beautiful depiction of the King of Wands. It's followed by the Three of Pentacles. What comes after the Three of Pentacles? The Magician. The King of Pentacles. Depicted as a woman here. Okay. Temperance. Okay, more this is Sagittarius energy. Okay, so down at the bottom here we have the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Magician, the King of Pentacles, and Temperance. For those of you that track that, I'm going to go back up and take a bird's eye view here and pull some clarifiers on these aisles. In this bird's eye with the King of Wands, if you have significant fire in your chart, especially with all this communication, I see a King of Wands or a Queen of Wands is a very, very good communicator, very sociable, very charismatic, okay? And I do see like a lot of fire energy here, or an inward flame perhaps lighting with you, Virgos, okay? Especially with this world and this Ace of Swords and all these communications aisles. And again, this Five of Wands here is like depicted as literally a chessboard, okay? But then this Nine of Swords here at the bottom, you know, you see that there's some anxiety here, all right? These cards are excellent and beautiful, and they're depicted in a very artsy manner, but they're very helpful. So, you know, you may feel like you have judgment, okay, laying upon you a little bit now about communication, but I see it all as good, and I see it being highly attached to a path for prosperity for you, Virgo. So definitely, you know, wouldn't stop whatever it is that you're working on or doing. All right, here with in this snake aisle, and the snake can all I have the Two of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Star. These are excellent energies, okay, to embody. All right, the Two of Pentacles, I definitely see some juggling and decisions being made, okay, about money and or choices in career. All right, with this King of Swords and this Empress here, those are excellent energies, and they're, you know, this Empress is right in between the High Priestess and the King of Swords. Okay, King of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarian type energies. All right, and again, going down this aisle for communications looks excellent. Looks really, really excellent. The High Priestess tends to have a lot of intuition and guidance. She has an ability to see behind, you know, the veil, and this Star energy is chasing your dreams, healing and introspection, really going after what you want. I love this Star card because it's got a depiction of the Taj Mahal behind it. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this plays out for you guys. The snake energy can also have to do with libido. All right, so and kind of almost like a Kundalini energy. So you guys might really be trying to harness and bring your energies together right now, but we'll see what the clarifiers say. And I usually do not speak on my I'm going to use this deck. We'll see how these play out. I usually don't speak on them until the end, all right, on this final specialty aisle, all right. But the activation oracle cards that I pulled for you guys, all right, kind of go all along with this reading. The first one is discipline, okay, and it says I can accomplish what I set my mind to, and the second one is growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. All right, these go along with what we have here. And I also see, we also pulled out of the Dream Makers Oracle the Flower Spirit as well as Queen Bee. Okay. So I really see you guys wanting to step into period of kind of mega change here. Okay. This looks wonderful so far. You guys have a powerhouse of planets supporting you right now in Pisces. Okay, that's your 7/7 sign opposite of the zodiac for you. On this 8 of Pentacles, we got a 4 of Cups. Okay, so you guys may have retreated into another phase of apprenticeship in your lives or in your careers because you didn't feel like something was emotionally fulfilling. Okay, you may have been staring at the cups and options that you had, feeling that something was missing. And here, this aisle is actually bookended by the Ace of Cups. So sometimes you realize, sometimes you don't, that it's something emotionally or spiritually unfulfilling in the cups that you do have full that you want to make a change on. All right, and down here with this Ace of Cups, it seems like you find it, because that's, you know, the 4 of Cups is highly tied to the Ace of Cups. Okay, and here at the Lovers, okay, and I told you when I first did this aisle that it may not have anything to do with love. And again, this is the 7 of Pentacles that you pulled as a clarifier here. All right, that has to do with planting a new harvest or questioning whether where you planted your harvest is the right place. Okay, because it takes a lot of work. Put a lot of work into this garden. You kind of want to know that you're going to get your harvest out, where you should be planting your garden if it's not in that space. All right, and I see that going on here. I see these mainly career and fulfillment tied right now, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, why is the Hangman here? In the recent past, you have the 4 of Swords with the Hangman, so you may have gone into a period of introspection, and I do think it was related to new communications, okay, and a new path that you were going to take, Virgos. All right. With Neptune and Pisces being conjunct Jupiter, okay, it's almost exactly conjunct from now until the time and after the time of the full moon. All right, that only happens every, like, 10 to 12 years, 12 years roughly. I think the last time it happened was in Aquarius, all right, which we had a major technological boom since then. All right, now it's in Pisces, so it's a beautiful conjunction. All right, it is in your 7/7 sign, so you know, I would say if you have any partnerships where there are illusions or delusions, those expand a little bit right now. All right, for those of you in any toxic relationships, okay, those can expand. You know, definitely vet the people that, you know, you bring into your inner circle right now. Okay, Virgo, protect yourself in that way, but I don't see any for the general collective here, any flashing red lights with that right now. Why is the 10 of Cups here? Strength. Okay, so this is tied to you wanting to go after a 10 of Cups in your life here, okay, or feeling like there was a major change in the surroundings that used to bring you a sense of security for family and home life and joy. Maybe there was change in those or loss in some of them, and you guys want that again, or you want to build that yourselves. You want to have that in your own home, your own places. And I do see here with the Strength. All right, and then at this Ace of Cups, I get the Hangman. This is again re-referencing me back to this Hangman, this period of healing, self-care, and introspection that you took about this new choice that you wanted to make. Okay, and I think it's highly tied to communications and or technology related to some of your careers. Okay, but I do see that you have like Strength here. Right, this may have been something that you thought up in the month of August, okay, or that changed in the month of August. August may have been a big month for you guys. You may, some of you may have a significant person in your life that has significant Leo placements as well, okay, or this is, but I think in general, this is you guys really trying to harness, tame the beast, get the strength inside of you to go after these things that you want here, okay? All right. Why is the King of Wands here? Ace of Swords. There may have been a decision related to a fire sign, okay, or upcoming with a fire sign that you guys have, or you're making a decision to step into this King of Wands like energy, okay, which I discussed earlier, okay. I definitely see communication here involved with it and a decision on the Ace of Swords to do so. Why? Because the world's right after it, okay. Major new beginning for you. Major new beginning. Okay, you guys may have careers where you need to travel or be involved in like communications with your career that are much more broad than they used to be. Wise world here. The Five of Swords. You may feel a little bit defensiveness, okay, or cattiness around this, especially with the birds here as a leader card, okay. But I see you jumping. Or you may be leaving a place of defensiveness, okay, or an old career where there were arguments and or animosity surrounding things, okay, or you feel the need to protect this new decision that you're making with this Ace of Swords and this Queen of Wands, okay? I'm going to get another one. Why is Five of Swords here? Nine of Swords. So I definitely see you taking action here. And again, I think that this is related to you either leaving a place where there was Five of Swords like energy and or making this move, taking directive action towards what? Towards this Ace of Swords, okay? And again, this is on the aisle of like, it's like you thought, you had the idea, you had this change, you went into a period of retreat over this change, all right? And then boom, here in the current energy, you guys are enacting this. Whatever it is for you. Take it as it resonates, okay? But this Ace of Swords is interesting because it has the nautical on it, okay, which is related back to the golden ratio. So some of you guys may want to, you know, look that up, or if you know anything, if you're a scientist or you know anything about mathematics, that might be important to you, okay, because the key hole is in the middle, okay? So you guys may want to take a look at that, all right? And, you know, some of your decisions may involve like harnessing that kind of power, okay, or concerns about that kind of power, okay. Why is Five of Wands here? The Tower, okay. Okay, why is the Ace of Swords here? Death, okay. This is, again, a major transformation in the way you guys communicate at work and or a total new rebirth, okay, surrounding the way what you guys do, okay? Either new demands on you at work relative to communication or a complete transformation in the way you do work, okay? And it is a tower here attached to this right after it with this Five of Wands. So why is the tower here? The World. Again, this has to do with a major chapter closing and a brand new fortuitous chapter happening. So, and death and the tower are you know, often related. You may have significant placements in Scorpio and are dealing with somebody with Scorpio traits in your life. However, I think that this is directly related to you because so far everything seems to be related to the actions you're taking. Are you concerned? I mean, I've got stuff re-referencing me back. I will say that the North Node right now is in Scorpio, okay? And the North Node points, it has to do with the moon and the lunar cycles, okay? And series of eclipses that are now going to be in Taurus and Scorpio, okay? And this is a major change for you guys, okay? And a major transformation. So I would go back and look at those nodes, all right? But the North Node, meaning your destiny, future path, okay, for this lifetime is directly in astrology related to the North Node. Okay, so it makes sense to have these scorpionic like themes here, especially when they're tied to major changes. All right, for the Nine of Swords, I have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so I've got a lot of fives here, major change with a lot of 10 can be a heavy burden, or you're dropping these burdens, okay, to make a change, all right? There may be a lot of juggling that you have to do right now, all right, to get to the castle. Sun is way to the castle, okay? But I don't see, you know, anything about this not being positive, okay? I see you stressed, okay? So you're in your head about whether you can do it all, but all the other signs here point to you are doing it. So Virgos tend to we can over obsess. I have Virgo sun, so don't take anything I'm saying personally. We can over obsess about everything bad that can happen. All right, and it's part of our analytical mind to play out things in advance, which is very beneficial, can be a very good help. But once you do that, you need to let it go before you go to bed so that you can sleep. So whatever it's going to take for you to map those out and take those steps, typically, sometimes Virgos don't get stressed out unless things aren't done on their checklist. So if you have stuff on your checklist, Virgo, that you know, you haven't handled or that you need to handle, just kind of make a slot, you know, in your day for those things that you need to handle towards these items that you're making huge steps in right now, to make sure that they're done, and you'll find yourself thinking a lot less frequently about them at night when you're trying to fall asleep, okay? Why is the 10 of Wands here? 8 of Cups. So I see nothing but major change here, and on the 10 of Wands, I asked for another clarifier, and I got the 8 of Cups, and I do have a feeling that for a lot of you, it's because you're totally changing the way you're doing things. Okay, so you're in your head a little bit, maybe, about whether you've made the right decision or whether you're making the right decision, and my only recommendation for you on that is, Virgo, you're already in action here. So you already walked away from 8 Cups, okay, to make this change. So, you know, it's kind of like running, you know, going out for a 3-mile run and being 1 mile into the run and saying, should I have taken another path? You're already on the run. You're already on the trail. You're already on the trail, you know? So you already feel divinely guided by it for this trail. So let go of those things, all right? Make sure you get enough activity to do so. And then, again, with the 10 of Wands and those other items that I was discussing, on making sure you schedule the time to make certain calls. It's almost tax season and all that. So everybody's a little stressed about all that. You need to file an extension. If you need to make appointments, do those things. You know, you're going to be able to handle this because it's here. It's here, and you're already knee deep in it. So, all right. Why is the 2 of Pentacles here? Temperance. All right, and Temperance is down here, okay? So you guys, this is Sagittarian-like energy, all right? A new mix, a new alchemy of what having to do with 2 of Pentacles, decisions related to work, okay, and or your money, all right? That you're practicing patience with here, all right? That you're budgeting yourself out, that you're being moderate in your decisions, okay? I do see help and guidance here for you on that. Okay, if you need other guidance, professional guidance on things that you're doing, these moves that you're making, seek it. Seek it so that you feel comfortable, so that you're not stuck in your head, okay, at night. Can't do everything yourself. Virgos try and do everything themselves. All right, why is the King of Swords here? 6 of Cups. This is like the first instance of me really feeling like I got another person involved here, Virgo, okay? This has to do with family connections, connections that make you feel very, very secure, okay? Old soul ties, new soul ties, okay? This is connections that give you that divine feeling of security and love in your life, okay? And it's attached here with the King of Swords. Okay, in this, and it did come up as the King of Swords. That is one of the cards that she picked it as a female. Okay, all right. She looks okay. All right. Maybe you're stepping into this role in some of your. She looks like a very upright Queen of Swords, but I'm gonna pull another one here. Okay. Why is that? I'm sorry, King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords here? Six of Pentacles. now with the Six of Cups, okay? Some of the changes you're making have to do with stability, because I got two sixes, and the changes you're making and the give and take and the stability in your life surrounding your most important connections, okay? Or wanting to give and take in your most important connections, okay? All right, and you may be acting like a King of Swords in this, okay? You know, kindly but nicely, you know, not letting things in that you don't need to let in, and making sure that the, you know, the give and the take is equal. And if you're not having give and take, I don't see you giving a lot of attention or time in your energy in a negative way to those things. There's only so many things we can control, but I'm gonna put one more on it. Why is Six of Pentacles here? The High Priest. Okay. There's a redistribution here, okay? You may not be fooling with commitments anymore that don't bring you equal give and take, Virgo, okay? You're really only interested in, you only have so much time. And you're really only interested in nurturing the things that have equal give and take, that fill you up with love, that give you this kind of, this feeling. These are the relationships that you're gonna go forward and nurture, okay? In the future, okay? Why is the Empress here? Seven of Wands. Why is the Seven of Wands here? The Two of Cups. Okay, this is number two. There's a significant relationship here in the near future for you, Virgo, that you feel willing to fight for, okay? Take it as it resonates. The Empress is the ultimate manifester, okay? She's all four queens in one. You're stepping into this energy, and there is a significant relationship here that you're willing to fight for, okay? May be related to the Six of Cups. It's the very first, it's the card right before it, okay? It may be something new coming in for you, Virgo. I'm gonna pull one more. Why is the Two of Cups here? Four of Pentacles. You feel a little bit guarded about this, Virgo. You're kind of covering your heart here, Virgo. Okay, you may have been in relationships in the past that you didn't feel like the give and take was equal, okay, and you're either there's either a relationship that you want that you're not talking about much, that you're willing to fight for, but you're not talking about, you feel guarded about a little bit, okay? And or there is a relationship in the near future that comes into you, Virgo, that you feel a little bit guarded about, all right? But that feels very significant, and that, you know, I do have you here with the Seven of Wands, so, you know, you do feel like you're on higher ground and willing to fight for a good relationship. However, I do see you here a little bit guarded. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? The Two of Wands. You may have somebody bring you an offer in the near future, all right, related to a significant relationship or love that makes you feel a little bit on guard. I'm not gonna do a deep dive into it here because I'll do a separate love reading for you guys, all right? But somebody may bring you an offer. For some reason, you feel a little bit guarded about it, but it's a significant relationship. I see the feelings here for it, okay? And a feeling of being on higher ground or wanting to be on higher ground here with it, all right? Do you know what it is, Virgo? If it's something that's already around, okay? If it's something coming up, it's going to pop up in that love reading, okay? All right. Doesn't look bad, though, okay? Why is the High Priestess here? Ace of Cups. So again, this goes back to the Ace of Cups, which bookended your very first line with the leader card of spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding with this Ace of Cups. I do feel like, you know, you guys have been in touch with your intuition a lot more, all right? And this is kind of your own cup of love, okay? It's a divine gift from above, all right? You feel like you've been nurturing that part of yourself, okay, since you went through this healing period, all right, and you have kind of opened up your communications with that a lot more on an internal level, and it's very fulfilling, okay? All right, and then the stars right after it, Aquarian energy. Why is the star here? Knight of Cups. Okay, so again, this star is either you, Virgo, or you may have somebody with some placements that is offering you some love in the near future, all right, related to this star, okay? Either related to Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or those heavy placements with that in their chart, and or Aquarian energy, or this is you stepping into this creative project and really healing for it and chasing your own star, which I do see here right before it with this Ace of Cups. Okay, so if it is, then you're like definitively, you're not just in this star phase, you're taking action on your star. Okay, you're taking action to chase your dreams, all right? And you're doing it from a very, very good headspace and heart space here. All right, why is the Knight of Cups here? The Seven of Cups, and it's going to bring you a lot more options, Virgo. It's going to bring you a lot more options. Okay? All right. In the specialty aisle, why is the King of Wands here? Ten of Pentacles. So, I definitely see somebody with fire-like energy, all right? And it may be related to a significant male figure in your life, or you embodying these, but somebody that you want to build with, all right, in the future here. I mean, the fire of this guy's like music off his drum is like caught his drum on fire. So this is somebody that's going to have like an internal fire, an internal spark. Okay, very passionate. Okay, and since it's like right here attached to this, the Queen of Swords just fell out. You may you may feel a little bit cold with this person at first, or a little bit like, who the hell are you kind of thing, Virgo. I don't know, we'll see. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? I got the Devil here. Okay. Shadow side. All right. This can also be have to do with a little bit something you really want. Something you really want. Okay. It might scare you a little bit. You might feel a little bit defensive when this person comes in. Okay. But these are specialty. This is in the specialty lane. So this may not be anything you're anticipating right now. Okay. All right, but it's just something that your spirit guides want you to know. Somebody, you know, displaying those energies comes through and scares the hell out of you. All right, and you feel a little Queen of Swords-ish. Okay, remember the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords that was looked like Glinda the Good Witch. Okay, and try not to bite their head off. All right, Three of Pentacles. With the Three of Pentacles, I have the High Priestess. Okay, so I really see you collaborating here, using your intuition to form a new collaboration here, all right? Whatever this collaboration that comes in for you, it's going to be, you're going to feel intuitively guided by it. You will step into this High Priestess energy on it after you get past the Queen of Swords type energy on it, all right? What's the Magician? King of Cups. Okay. Why is the King of Cups here? Ace of Wands. All right. This is definitively like, the Ace of Wands is like a lot of passion, okay? A lot of fire, all right? On this new beginning, and it may be related to somebody with heavy water placements in their chart, okay? All right, and this is something that's manifesting for you, all right? Because this is something you've manifested because of the work you've done, Virgo, okay? It's a gift, okay? And I would definitely say if somebody comes in that has water and fire in their chart, give them a chance. All right. Because right after that, I have the King of Pentacles, and this King of Pentacles is displayed as a female in this one. All right. Okay. And this is with this Ten of Pentacles here being attached to this lane. I think this is all tied in together, and I think this is you as the King of Pentacles. Okay. Because there's no sex in tarot, but you know, specifically these court cards are cool because they'll have men and women in the king and queen roles, right? Sometimes, which act, you know, helps emphasize the fact that you can't always tie sex to the king and the kings and the queens of the court cards or any of the cards, okay? Because we all have a masculine and a feminine side, and it's important to embrace both, okay? But in a healthy manner, all right? But this is you, Virgo. You know, this is heavy in your energy, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful depiction here. So I feel like these are messages for you here, all right? They're wonderful. What is the King of Pentacles here? Why is the King of Pentacles here? Karma. Judgment. Okay? Internal judgment call. Okay? This is a divine gift. This is in your specialty lane. These are things that are coming up that you may not even anticipate now. Just keep working on what you're working on. They wouldn't allow it to be here if they didn't want you to know about it. Okay, and again, with this Temperance, I get a Knight of Wands here, right? This is somebody very gallant, okay? He can kind of rush in and take, you know, sweep you off your feet, take you by storm, come in with a quick message. I don't get the feeling that they're displaying an unhealthy Knight of Wands type energy, because it's here with Temperance. Okay, it's here with Temperance. So again, we have a lot of fire energy here and water energy. Okay, so in the future, if somebody comes along displaying a lot that has a lot of fire and water in their chart, okay, it's going to be a good thing, not a bad thing, right? And I wouldn't think it would be here unless, I think the big warning with it was to give it a chance, whatever it is, okay? It's a beautiful reading, Virgo. I'm looking forward to seeing you in your part 2. Again, Magician on the bottom. I'm just going to take a look at your chart real quick, and just put you guys on the ascendant here. Again, we have Sagittarius, Neptune, Venus, and Mars currently in Pisces. That's your 7-7 sign, so look for a lot of partnerships, collaborations, things of that nature to come in, displaying energies and or people represented by those types of planets, and look for heavy hitters in your house of home, okay, because Jupiter rules the 4th house for you, okay, house of home, okay, Sagittarius, all right, and then also look for predominant themes of higher learning and or travel related to the house of Taurus to come into play, okay, over the next month, all right, and now, because Pisces is almost middle Venus right now, all right, and Venus also rules Libra, which is your 2nd house of values, all right, and how you make your money, your resources. You may be going through a transition, as this reading clearly indicated. It goes along with the astrology like this. And again, we also have Mars that just entered Pisces as well. And Mars, you know, look for themes related to Aries and Scorpio. Okay, so again, with communications, okay, because Mars rules Scorpio, is traditional ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is the modern day ruler of Scorpio. We had scorpionic like themes already pop up. So again, I see big transformations in communications for you guys. This reading went along with it, like gangbusters. And then also look for themes of the 8th house, okay? Legacy, taxes, inheritance. If you guys need to file a extension on your tax return, do that, okay? So that you're not stuck up in your head at night. Just a guess, since it's Aries season and that's coming up for you guys. All right. This is wonderful, Virgo. I'll see you guys in your love reading. Have a wonderful day.